appreciate everybody coming in. So, like I was saying, is anybody here in the chat caught up to One Piece? Because spoiler alerts, there is going to be spoilers in this tier list just because of the nature of the conversation. For example, where this list goes all the way to Egghead Island, which is the latest chapter in the manga. So if you're not caught up, there's going to be some spoiler alerts. Once again, this is going to be a YouTube video. So if you're not tuning in live, make sure to come in every Saturday around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time so you can be part of the conversation and be part of all this that's going on right now. So I appreciate everybody that's coming in and hanging out. We have Romance Dawn, Orange Town, Syrup Village, Barate, Arlong Park, Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, Droma Island, Alabasta, Jaya, Skypea, Long Ring, Long Land, Water 7, Ennis Lobby, Post Ennis Lobby, Triller Bark, SABAODY, Amazon Lily, Impel Down, Marineford, Post-War, Return to SABAODY, Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, Zoe, Whole Cake Island, Reverie, Wano, Egghead Island. So let's start off with Romance Dawn, dude. It's like, if anybody... I don't think I know a single person who liked Romance Dawn. That might be controversial, but the One Piece is one of those animes because it has so many chapters. It's such a long, drawn-out anime that Romance Dawn does not do. I don't think it does a good job to capture the audience. First off, let's rename these, okay? Let's rename these. Let's, because S and A and B, what does that even mean, right? So, S is like must watch, like the best of the best. Like if you want to watch One Piece, these are the arcs you gotta watch, right? A is like, let's just say excellent arcs. B is just, is supposed to like very good. C is let's say meh. It's whatever, right? It gives context of story, but it's like if you miss it, it's not whatever. And then D is just straight filler. Like might as well be filler. It is really bad. I can't type. So Romance Dawn for me is meh. And the reason why, because it gives really good information and introduces you to the main character, you introduce you to Zoro, you kind of get the idea of what the anime is gonna be, but there's not really nothing else. There's nothing else going on. There's no who's the big baddie in the first arc? Is Avila, whatever her name is, that big fat lady? Like she's not even a threat. Like it's just, I feel like in the first couple of arcs, Luffy was kind of one-shotting everybody. It almost felt like he didn't belong in there, and it wasn't until he got to like Arlong Park where it was actually like a struggle, and we'll get to that when we get to Arlong Park. But yeah, to me, Romance Dawn is super meh. Like it's not filler, but it almost should be filler at this point. Like it's really, really bad. Orange Town also falls in that meh. We got introduced to Buggy, which is cool. Anybody who knows One Piece knows that Buggy is the GOAT. He is God at this point. He is like ultra, like he's essential to the story. But Orange Town, I don't think did him any justice at all. Like any justice at all. I mean, his ability was super like, it almost came off as like a parody. Like this can't be real. Like that's his ability, right? And then his character was like you really didn't like him. And then his crew was even worse. His crew was like, I mean, it kind of makes sense because he's a clown, that he would have like a circus crew as like his crew, but like, man, that was really, really bad. I don't like Orange Town at all. The story, the dog thing was cute, right? It was but it wasn't you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. But Orange Town was meh to me. Syrup Village falls into the same, we got introduced to we got introduced to Usopp. We got the Going Merry, right? So that actually, you know what? I might put that as very good because a lot of things got introduced and the story started to pick up, right? We actually started getting hints of like the main dispute because Nami started mentioning what was going on in her thing, even though she was kind of like, I don't want to be a pirate. I don't know. It was kind of weird. So I put Syrup Village as like very good. It's not even very good. Yeah, not exactly. It's not even very good. Maybe I'll just put it as like, I don't know. I think math still too, because I like the fact that we got the Going Merry, which anybody who's watched the series knows the Going Merry is like super like, it's almost a character in its own in the story. And the bad guy was subpar. I don't know. Yeah, nah, I'll leave it at meh. Same thing with Barate. Barate was cool. We got introduced to Sanji. We got introduced into the cooks. and that whole scenario. He got his backstory, which is really, really sad. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't watched it, but that's a really, really sad backstory. But again, nothing crazy in terms of story development or action or anything like that. So I'm gonna put that as meh. I think Arlong Park for me is where it started to get good. And this is one of the main issues with One Piece. This is why it's so hard to get into One Piece, because it's not until the 5th arc, which is, I don't even know how many episodes. I think that's like, what, 200 episodes, something like that, that the story actually starts to get good. And you actually start to get invested in it, man. That's like the first time that Luffy actually had like a real struggle. To me, Arlong Park was the one where you start to get invested in the series. I think before that, it was kind of, it almost felt like filler. Like, let's be honest. Like, it was like, the only reason it wasn't filler was because we were getting introduced to the main characters. Like, if we didn't get introduced to any main characters, it might as well have been filler. Like, Arlong Park is where it actually began to pick up in the story. To me, personally. Right? And then we go to Locktown. When Sanji left and said, thank you for everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Yes. You're right, dude. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Sanji's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Sanji. I just feel like he needs some like character. He needs a little bit more character development, bro. He just can't be the guy who cooks, smokes, and chases women. That's it. He just needs a little bit more. Yeah, you know. But that's just me personally. And like I said, Whole Cake Island, which we'll get to, did a lot to help with that. Locktown, that's when we got introduced to Smoker, and that's when we got introduced to Dragon. It might as well be filler, bro. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that we got today. It might. That's my hot take. You know, I know a lot of people might not disagree with this, but Locktown was not it, bro. Locktown was cool because it was like the first like introduction of like, hey, there's more to this world. There's all this stuff going on. We got introduced to Dragon, which, you know, anybody who's caught up to the series knows. I don't know, it wasn't that crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's not that crazy. I don't think Lockdown. We got introduced to Smoker. We got a more feel of how massive the Marines were, right? Because prior to that, the Marines were just kind of like this, like a little group of guys that were in the island that kind of ran the islands like in a tyrannical way. We never really got introduced to the Marines as a whole, as an organization, until Lockdown. So that was kind of good. You know, we got introduced to Smoker, who's like a recurring character in the story. You know, we got a little bit of like Roger, you know, and his dynamic with Luffy, which is kind of cool, right? And then we got introduced to Dragon, like very slightly, so that, you know, it teased us that there's more going on. But other than that, Lockdown might as well have been filler, bro. I don't think there was anything there significantly other than that, you know. And same thing with Reverse Mountain. I'm gonna put Reverse Mountain in there too, dude. All we got with Reverse Mountain was each person told us what their dream was, which is awesome. It gives us a clear end goal in the story. Thank you, baby. It gives us a clear end goal. I'm sorry, for the story, which is awesome. And we met what was it, Babu or the whale, right? Which, you know, later on in the story it ties into something else in the story, which is awesome. But other than that, what else is there, bro? Right? Like, there was nothing there, dude. There was nothing there. So yeah, Little Guardian introduced to the Giants again, more world building, stuff like that. But other than that, there was really nothing crazy there. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Whiskey Peak I confused Whiskey Peak with Drum Island. I'm so sorry about that, guy. Whiskey Peak was also another filler arc. Drum Island was the one we got introduced to Chopper. I am losing my mind. I'm so sorry about that, guys. So yeah, Whiskey Peak was when we got introduced to the Baroque Works and Mr. 2, which, you know, I love Mr. 2, but let's be real, he's forgettable. He's not, in the beginning, he's forgettable. Obviously, later on, we'll talk about him. It'll build up. But for right now, Whiskey Peak might as well have just been filler. We got introduced to Vivi, Miss, what was it, Miss All Sunday, I think it was, or something like that. We got kind of introduced to Nico Robin, not really. And we got introduced to Baroque Works, which we'll talk to in a bit. But Mr. Bon Clay is crucial, but later on. Later on. Right now, he's not. I know you're crying, bro. I know you're crying. I understand, bro. But look, he's good, but just later on. Right now, he's not. He wasn't shit. He was just. I understand that he was like he was fighting. Who was it? Zoro, I think it was. He was fighting somebody, and they were. I don't remember. Shit. Let me look this up. Who was he fighting? Who was he? Was it Sanji? No, he fought Sanji in Alabasta, which we'll get to. But the first time in Whiskey Peak, why am I getting guys trying to kiss each other over here. What's going on? Who was he fighting? Oh, he had all three of them. Yeah, they were getting frozen up. No, he fought Sanji after. He fought Sanji in Baroque Works. He wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet. This was way after that. So there was he was fighting. He had captured the 3 crewmates, and then Luffy had to come in and save them. It was pretty much filler, bro. It was kind of filler. It's kind of filler. We're not even there yet. So then now moving to Alabasta, which is weird because it's actually Arabasta now. I don't know. And thank you for the bits, by the way. Simplicity. I appreciate it. This was. I feel like I should put excellent, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel this is the time for the first time again Luffy fought some actual adversity. He wasn't just one-shotting everybody. We got introduced to like Crocodile and this guy who was like trying to take over the entire country and was like starting a civil war, and like it was just this is a tough one. I don't know whether to put it between very good and excellent. I think it's excellent. I'll leave it at excellent because I think it's better than Arlong Park. I think it's better than Arlong Park. Half of it was good. Yeah, half of it was good. Like the later half. The first half was like, and well, yes, we got introduced to Ace. You're right. Oh yeah, it's excellent. It's excellent. Ace is one of my favorite characters in the series. Ace is fucking to this day. He's just. It's too early, bro. It's too early to talk about that. But yeah, Ace got introduced. We got introduced to. We actually figured out that who Miss All Sunday was. She was Vivi, which is the princess of Alabasta. We got introduced to like the ancient weapons. You remember that? We got introduced to the ancient weapons. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in the. Yeah. Alabasta, 100% excellent chapter. I think it's excellent chapters for sure. It's not a must watch. I don't know. I feel like if I want to get somebody into the series, I feel like I would tell them to watch Arlong Park or Alabasta. So maybe if you've never watched a series, it's a must watch, right? I guess that's one way of putting it. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at excellent. I'm gonna leave it at excellent because whatever. It's you kind of have to watch it, right? Like if you're gonna get into One Piece, these two, for me, Alabasta is a must watch. So I'm gonna put it as a must watch. I'm gonna put it as must watch because even though there's a lot of other arcs that are way better than this. It still doesn't take away from the point that you need to watch Alabasta. It's like you have to. Like it's just if you want to experience One Piece, if you want to be a part of the story and the progression, you have to watch Alabasta. That's a no-brainer. So okay, Alabasta must watch. Wow, it rose a lot. It started off at very good and went all the way up to must watch. That shit fucking escalated, dude. All right, next is JAYA. Where do we put JAYA? So JAYA was when we first found out about Sky Islands, right? We got a little taste of like ancient history with that guy with the mushroom on his head. I forgot his name. Which he actually has an impact later in the story. There's like somebody who's related to him or something that happens because of him. I'm trying to remember. Right? We also get introduced to Blackbeard in JAYA, right? Yeah, exactly. So this is an excellent arc, I think. Yeah, because you got the bar fight. Thank you, babe. My girl's out here talking in the background. Yeah, we got the bar fight. We got the guy with the spring, right? That he's jumping all over the place. I forgot his name. God damn, it's been so long. And the one punch, and the guy who's talking about the dreams. Oh yeah, the conversation about the dreams. Yeah. JAYA is good. JAYA is a good arc. JAYA is a very good arc. Yeah, that's a really good arc. Okay, moving on. Skypiea, Enel. We get the first poneglyph at Skypiea, so that's kind of big. Oh yeah, that shit was gold. Yeah, 100%, that shit was gold, dude. 100%. Yeah, JAYA was excellent. JAYA is an excellent arc. Moving on to Skypiea, I think Skypiea is very good. I don't think it's excellent, but Enel, I don't know, bro. Enel was there was no way Luffy would have beat Enel if he wasn't a rubber guy, right? Enel was like a way ahead of the curve. Enel was like end boss like status, bro. Enel was really, really good. We got the Skypeans, Sky Islands, the first poneglyph. We got the shells. What do you call that? Skypiea was kind of a drug for me. Kind of drugs for you, bro. Yeah, it was. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Is it an excellent arc? Would I consider Skypiea an excellent arc? That's a tough one, dude. I don't know, bro. Right, because that's the first time the characters also got a boost in power, right? Usopp was using the dials. That's what they're called, dials. Was using the dials to give Nami a power upgrade. Usopp used the dial. Well, we'll get into that later, but there was a fight that happened on later within the crew, and he ended up using the dials to his advantage in that point. And then throughout that little before that, up to that point, he was also using the dials with his weapons and stuff like that. So they kind of got a little bit of a power upgrade. Like the lower guys, you know, obviously Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, they didn't give two. They were always up. You know what I'm saying? They were kind of like stuck in early game, even though they were like already like mid game or late game at that point. So I'm gonna leave it as very good, because this doesn't really have. I don't think it really has an impact in the story aside from the Pearl Poneglyph. I mean, we also learned about the other ancient weapon, Uranus, I think it was called. So I'm gonna leave it as very good. I'm just gonna leave it as very good. Because I don't think it was better than JAYA, right? And I don't think it's on par with JAYA either. So I'm gonna leave it as very good. Long Ring, Long Land is straight freaking filler, bro. Mr. Fox or whatever the fuck his name is, bro. He is horrible character. I cannot stand him, bro. He is. We should make like a tier lower than might as well be filler, bro. Because that thing is just, you didn't even watch that. There's literally no point in you to watch that. Yeah. Long. So that's the one where Luffy got the boxing gloves. I just smacked the mic. He got the boxing gloves, and they were doing that. What's the name of that competition? It's a competition where pirates compete against each other for their flags. God, I forgot the name of that, man. What? No, that's the name of the guy. Mr. Fox is the name of the guy. The Foxy Pirates. But there's a contest that pirates do with one another. I thought it was gonna be very important later on, and I was freaking wrong. But that's the one where Luffy got into the boxing gloves and was doing a boxing match with the guy. It might as well have just been like, you don't even need to watch that. Like, it's just trash. It's just trash. Let's just move on. It sucked. Water 7 is must watch. 100,000,000%. Water 7. I think Water 7 is where One Piece like took that next level to be like an actual like contender for like one of the best animes ever, dude. The espionage, the story development, the building of the characters, the character development, the world building, the foreshadowing, the metaphor. I mean, everything in Water 7 was just like beautiful, dude. It was freaking beautiful. We got exposed to more of the world government and their inner workings of the CP9 organization, the Celestial Dragons. We got a little touch of the Celestial Dragons. I mean, you know, that's when what's her face? Robin joined. I think it was in Water 7. She was part of the crew. She was riding along with the crew, but she wasn't officially a member yet. But I think after Water 7 is when she actually joined, if I believe. No, it was after ENIES Lobby, which is the next arc. Right, when she said, "I want to live and burn the flag." That's like one of the most memorable scenes in One Piece, bro. Yeah. Water 7 is a must watch. Water 7 is a must watch, bro. 100%. 100. And ENIES Lobby too, bro. ENIES Lobby is a must watch. Like I'm just gonna put it out there, bro. Water 7, ENIES Lobby, just chef's kiss. That is like peak piece, bro. Peak One Piece is right there, dude. You know, Water 7 was like the build up. Somebody there gets kidnapped. They have to go to ENIES Lobby to try to rescue her back. The girl wanted to die because she she thought everybody hated her. And then Luffy's like, "Bro, if you need help, let me know. If you just tell me you want me to live, and I'll do whatever to rescue you." And she like screams out. That's the scene that he was just talking about. Oh, and I want to live, and they shoot down the world government flag, announcing to the world that they're at war with the world. Oh, bro, it's just so freaking good. And then the Soga King, we got introduced to Soga King in Water 7, and I think that in Water 7, no, it wasn't in Water 7, was it? There's an arc missing. No, it was Water 7. Water 7 where Luffy and Usopp fought and Luffy kicked him off the crew, and that's where he used the dials to like even have a fair fight with Luffy. Oh, it was just so good, bro. It was so freaking good, man. Oh, and then Enies Lobby is where the Going Merry. That whole thing happened with the Going Merry, where the Going Merry was like, you know, because of the trips that they had and the adventures they had, the Going Merry was like deteriorating and stuff like that. Oh, it's just, so freaking good. Don't say that. Don't say that, bro. Why would you say that? Dude, they should have stayed out the crew. Usopp is the man, bro. Is he weak? Hell yeah. But bro, he's in a world full of freaking monsters, bro. Like, what do you expect? What do you expect was gonna happen, bro? He's in a world full of complete absolute monsters, bro. Luffy's a monster. Zoro is a freaking monster. Freaking, they're just, you know, Sanji's a freaking monster, bro. Like, Kaido is like literally the world's strongest creature. He's a freaking, oh, bro. It's just like I said, I want to get into detail, bro. But you know, take a hint, look for a fruit, bro. But what he's there for, he is doing it completely perfectly fine. I think so. Right. All right. Next is post Enies Lobby. Oh, bro, Enies Lobby's where we met Rob Lucci, dude. Oh man, yes. Enies Lobby was fucking perfect. Post Enies Lobby was where that I believe that's where the fight happened. No, that's where yeah, I think we met Frankie. That's where Usopp rejoined the crew. That's when they got the new ship, right? If I remember correctly. I don't remember. That's Water 7? I might have been Water 7. So what happened in post Enies Lobby? I don't remember. I guess in one movie he did play one good part. Bro, come on. You gotta give him more credit than that, bro. You gotta give him more credit than that. Dude, it's God Usopp, bro. What? Bro, what? It's Soka King, dude. What are you talking about? No, Luffy unlocks Gear 2nd in Enies Lobby during his fight with the Door guy, which again, the reason why Enies Lobby is a must watch. I don't think post Enies Lobby is a must watch. I think post Enies Lobby is just good. I don't think it's even excellent either. I'm trying to remember because I can't even remember anything about post Enies Lobby. Like I know they got. I want to say in Water 7 they met Frankie. Frankie was building the ship, and then post Enies Lobby they returned to Water 7 and he picked up the ship and Frankie joined the crew. I think. No, not Enies Lobby. Post Enies Lobby. After Enies Lobby. Yeah, we had that train. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think there's anything crazy in post Enies Lobby. I'm gonna drop it in meh. I can't think of anything, bro. Post Enies Lobby, I can't think of anything. Literally, I can't think of anything. So whatever. That's meh. Bro, fuck it. It might as well have been filler, dude. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything, bro. I can't think of a single thing. Thriller Bark to me was very good. I thought it was very good. I thought he did a good job of setting up Kaido, right? So if a lot of people miss this detail, in Thriller Bark, but Gecko Moria, which is one of the 7 warlords of the sea, his job was to prevent new pirates from entering the new world or going to Sabaody, which is the entrance to the new world. So that's his only job. And in Thriller Bark, he talks about that. The reason he took up that position was because his crew got decimated by this unstoppable creature. He was referring to Kaido. So it was a nice, subtle introduction to Kaido. We got the scene with Bartholomew Kuma. I can't say that name. With Kuma. With Zoro and Kuma, where Zoro took on all the pain from Luffy, bro. Chef's kiss, dude. That was like super fucking amazing, bro. We got the whole fight sequence. You know, we got Nami being kidnapped to become a bride for like a zombie. We got it was, yeah. You know what? Thriller Bark was excellent, bro. Thriller Bark was excellent. Thriller Bark was a good. You notice how after Alabasta, after Skypiea and Alabasta, like the show just went up. It just skyrocketed to like a whole better degree. It was just so much better. Like so much better, dude. Yeah, 10 out. Yes, Thriller Bark was awesome. 10 out of 10. And we met Brooke. Oh my god, how did I forget about that, dude? Yes, and we met Brooke. Oh, bro. Brooke's story is probably one of the saddest backstories in anime, dude. Oh my god. Bro, Brooke. Rip Brooke, bro. I love Brooke, bro. Oh, so good, bro. Yeah, Thriller Bark was great. Thriller Bark, it's not a must watch, right? If you don't watch Thriller Bark, you're not missing much, like in terms of story wise. So it's not a must watch, but it's fucking good. It is really fucking good. SABAODY, dude. SABAODY is a must watch. It's hands down a must watch. It is the development of Luffy in the new world. This is what sets up everything in the new world. If you want to watch modern day One Piece, you need to watch SABAODY first. You need to start there. We get introduced to Silver's Rayleigh, which is freaking Gold Roger's first right-hand man, first mate, right-hand man. We get introduced to all the supernovas. We get the iconic punch from Luffy to the Celestial Drag. Oh, bro, it's a must-watch. I could be here an hour talking about SABAODY, bro. It's a must-watch, 100%. You have to watch that. If you want to be involved in anything that's happening in the new world, in anything modern One Piece, you have to watch SABAODY. You can't get into the series after that. You'll be completely lost. You'll be completely lost, dude. And at that point, he went to Amazon Lily, where that's where he first met Jinbei. I feel like I'm missing something here. I feel like I'm jumping. He befriends Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock like falls in love with Luffy, and Luffy doesn't care. He gives two shits about that. He's not interested in love. He's not interested in females. He's not interested in anything like that. And with her help, he sneaks into Impel Down, which is the world government's prison. It's like if you're the best of the bad, you go to Impel Down, bro. And they have various different levels depending on the severity of the crime you committed in the eyes of the world government. Like that arc was just, again, chef's kiss. And I gotta do this, bro. I have to do this. This arc deserves a rank of its own. This arc right here deserves a rank of its fucking own, bro. Marineford. So just the easiest way to sum this up, since Water 7, probably before that, there has been a constant buildup where the world itself is coming to like a tipping point where everything is just like coming to this impasse where shit's gonna boil over, right? Where Yonkos are fighting each other, where the world government is trying to get, you know. There's just a lot. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but it just think of it like this: like literally 4, 5, 6 arcs prior have been building up to this one moment where it's literally an all-out war, bro. That's the best way that I can explain it. It's literally the strongest man alive versus the world government versus a bunch of escapees from Impel Down. It's just like the best. This is the best arc in One Piece. This is not a must watch. This is beyond that. This is like you have to drop everything you're doing, like say goodbye to your grandma, say goodbye to your mom, lock yourself in a fucking room, and you have to watch this. There's nothing else, bro. Wish they would put a bit more Whitebeard throughout the anime. Yes, bro. I wish they would have. That would have been the perfect arc to do like a Whitebeard backstory. They did a Whitebeard backstory later on, but I think for me that would have been the perfect arc for them to have done that, because I feel like we as the viewers didn't understand how impactful, how strong, how influential Whitebeard was at that moment. Even though he was an old man, how like the shit that he was doing, all decapitated, all old, tied up with tubes, like on his last legs, was like I don't think we understood the magnitude of it until now. And I wish they would have highlighted that more in that arc. But bro, that is a masterpiece. Marineford is a masterpiece. Yes, all the territories it had, all his commanders, bro. Jozu was going head to head with the strongest swordsman in the world, the Mihawk, bro. What? Like that sentence, just saying that sentence alone, the craziness in that. That's not the captain. That's not even the first commander. That's like this third commander and he was going toe to toe with the strongest swordsman in the world, Mihawk, which is arguably like one of these top tier characters in the entire anime. I think that's the one downfall to this arc, is they didn't explain to us the magnitude of how strong, how influential, how big of a deal Whitebeard was at that point. I don't think they did a good job of highlighting that, bro. And they kind of didn't do that with most of the Yonkos. I don't think we understood what most of the, like, how influential, how strong the Yonkos really were. Like we were always told that they were, you know, that they were strong enough that they shifted the winds. So if they made a decision, it affected like so many people, and that the world government saw each one of them as an individual threat, and so on and so forth. But I don't think they did a good enough job to highlight just how much of a threat these people were, bro. It's just insane. I could do an entire video talking about Marineford. Let's just move on, okay? So post-war was meh. You don't have to watch it, but it was not filler either. But it was nice to see the declaration of a new age, which is that's what that post-war was. That post-war was saying, hey, this is our new age. Post-war was okay. It was meh. This is where the big power boost came up. So I was watching One Piece every like week. It was as it was coming out. And post-war was when they had that big like 2-month break or 3-month break. I think it was even like more than that. It was like, I think it was like a year almost break. It was called 2D 2Y or something like that. There was like an event, like a movie that's going on where they recapped all this. And essentially what would happen is there was a 2-year time skip at that point. So essentially in the story itself, Luffy essentially told his entire crew when he found out they were alive, if they were alive, that instead of returning back to SABAODY in 2 days, to come back in 2 years and get stronger, because he realized they're not ready for the new world. The new world is all the shit that they had experienced now was cake compared to the new world. The new world was where shit was really gonna pop off. So that is like the big like defining moment in the anime, I guess you could say, where things just turned up to 100 after that. So Luffy started training with, you know, Silver's Rayleigh. He started learning what hockey was, all this good stuff. It was really great. After that, we got Return to SABAODY, which is just an excellent, because maybe it's my bias, but when you haven't seen One Piece in months, maybe even a year, and then we get on One Piece again, and it just shows how much of a badass they've all become, right? You have Zoro who cut a ship in half. You got Luffy fighting against these things called Pacifista, which Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji couldn't take on their own, and now Luffy's one-shotting them with one punch. Like, it's just, bro, it just elevated you to, like, if you were an avid One Piece fan at that point, and maybe that's what I'm saying, maybe this is a bias, and you came back and you saw that, bro, it was just like, oh, so good. It was so freaking good. It was really good. So whatever, they go down to Fishman Island. Fishman Island was a very good chapter, but it's nothing to write home about. We got introduced to the third ancient weapon, which is actually a person, Poseidon, right? It's Poseidon? Yes, Poseidon, which is the mermaid, which is the daughter of the king of Fishman Island. We learned about the dynamic between people and the fishmen, and why the fishmen are underneath and their dream to go up to the sun. We got a lot of good information dumped. That's why I say it's a very good chapter. But the villain is fucking Horty Jones is just dog shit. Like, he's just dog shit, bro. Like, if it wasn't for all that information, this might as well have just been a filler, dude. Like, it was just he's just one of the shittiest fucking one of the shittiest bosses. Like, he was bad. He was bad. He was really bad. Like, let's not even fuck him, bro. Like, not even talk. I don't even want to give him the luxury of talking about him. Fuck him, bro. Whatever. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So the next chapter is Punk Hazard, which is also, it was meh. So Punk Hazard was good because we got introduced to Caesar the Clown. His abilities, he controls gas, and we get a little bit of introduction to, like, you know, we get a little introduction into what do you call it? You know, Vegapunk and there's a group where Vegapunk. We learned a little bit about Big Mama's territory, but there's also a scientific group that it was Vegapunk, Caesar, and Sanji's dad. I forgot that we got a little introduction to them, stuff like that. We got more info on Big Mom herself. Now there's actually something missing here that they don't have it here in the list of arcs, but there was like a little mini arc, which is a filler arc, where we found out about Sabo. and Ace and their relationship growing up, which set up Dressrosa, which is the next chapter we're talking about, which is a very good chapter. Don Flamingo, which is the end boss in Dressrosa, he is probably one of the best villains in One Piece till date. He is the best. He is so fleshed out. His cause for being a bad guy is like good. His abilities are like Dressrosa. I'm gonna put it as excellent. I think Dressrosa was really, really, really fucking good. That whole build up of Dressrosa and the end fight, and we get introduced to Gear 4th. Right, this is the first time we got introduced to Gear 4, which is the new gear for Luffy. Oh, bro, yeah, it was so good, bro. Hands down, Dressrosa was really good. Dressrosa. The only thing I didn't like was the story between the girl and the toy soldier. Like that was her dad or whatever. That kind of, I felt forced. That whole storyline felt super forced. Other than that, everything was good. And same thing with Sabo. Like, there was no need for Sabo to come in here and try to take this level fruit and like pull at our heartstring because we love Ace. He said, "I'm gonna take over Ace's fruit, and I'm gonna be the new Ace." Oh, like fuck you, bro. Like you'll never replace Ace. You'll never replace Ace. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Fuck him. So Dressrosa was really, really fucking good. I don't, like I said, I don't want to harp too much on it because I know at this point most people are probably, are probably not caught up to Dressrosa as a whole. So, next is Zoe. Zoe is meh. Zoe is where we got our second poneglyph in the story. We got introduced to a connection between Wano and pretty much the rest of the world. Zoe was more of an information dump than anything else. I don't really remember anything else memorable after that. The only reason it's not a filler is because we got some very crucial information about that. We found out that Wano was where Sea Stone was first made and stuff like that. Like we got a little bit of information on Whole Cake Island and Big Mom. Like it was okay. It wasn't like, I wouldn't say it's not even, it's maybe very good, maybe like borderline very good, borderline meh. Whole Cake Island was fucking excellent. Whole Cake Island was an excellent fucking arc. Katakuri got introduced to Katakuri, which is arguably one of the best villains in the fucking show. Fucking amazing. We got Sanji's backstory. We got introduced to a whole new group of people, the third line tribe who can read poneglyphs. Oh, bro, it's such a good arc. That's such a good arc. That's such a fucking good arc. There's just so many things going on. Like I said, my only regret with Whole Cake Island was that there was no actual interaction between Luffy and Big Mom. That's the only thing. I wish Luffy could have lost. I would have taken Luffy losing in Whole Cake Island and then coming back in Wano and facing off and winning. Something like that. I think that would have been chef's kiss. So that's the only thing that's holding it back from like a God arc or like a must watch for me personally. But there was a lot of other good stuff in that show. We got introduced to the Mirror World. We got introduced to Snake Man. Bro, there's so much. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Bro, Luffy's lost before. That would have been his first time losing. Luffy lost against Crocodile like 4 times before he finally beat him. That's why Crocodile is one of the most memorable villains because of that fact that it took Luffy like 4 tries to take out Crocodile. Reverie is very good. Reverie is just an information dump. We just got a lot of information. We got a lot of world building. If you're trying to follow the story, Reverie is like super important because it gives you a lot of information. But it's nothing to write home about. It's not something that's excellent. It's not something that's really, really great. It's whatever. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, boys. Wano. Where do we put fucking Wano, bro? My stance on Wano is overhyped as fuck. Me personally. Wano was beautiful. There was a lot of great stuff in Wano, but there was so much worse, I think, in my head. There was like, if I had to give it a score, there was like 6 good things in Wano and like 12 bad things in Wano. Like, it's just, I don't know. There's so many no losses, no L's. He saved his enemies. Yeah, that's Luffy in a nutshell. Yeah, man. I just feel like Wano was not it. I think they overhyped Wano way too much, bro. He's gonna start off first with Yamato. Yamato was Ace's friend. She thinks that she is a male character in the story because she read his journal and she wanted to be just like him. Then we also meet Tommy. Is it Tomo? I forgot her name. Tama. We meet Tama, who is also a friend of Ace's, who showed him how to do those little hats or whatever. Which I'm right now I'm going over the good. Baby mom is another. Baby Big Mama is a bad. I'll get to that in a bit. So we Tama, which Luffy gets like an instant like connection to Tama because she knew Ace and she wants to like do better for her because of Ace and like fill in Ace's shoes and fulfill Ace's promise to her and like free the country of Wano and make sure she has enough food to live the rest of her life because Kaido has Wano essentially like a island-wide factory where everybody's worked to death. There's no food. The waters are poisoned. Like everybody's constantly starving. Everybody's constantly deprived. Anybody who has any will of fighting back is thrown in jail where they're worked to death. Like Wano is like miserable. Like out of all the islands, I think Wano is definitely one of the worst islands in terms of its condition for its fucking people. It's horrible. It is horrible, dude. It is really, really bad. We got very little character development about the main bad guy, which is bad. You know, we got that whole Big Mom thing where Big Mom had amnesia and she was like friends with Chopper in the beginning, which is like, bro, what the fuck? The smile fruit user, so Caesar back in Punk Hazard was making artificial devil fruits. So these devil fruits, they would force feed them onto prisoners that they would capture in Wano, and you had like a 50-50 chance that you would come out with a devil fruit ability. But the devil fruits ability were like fucking like super like hijacked. Like they were like super like rinky dinky. Like I'm gonna show you some of the people here, man. Smile fruit users. Like you had like a guy that had like his legs were like coming out of it was so freaking weird. So you have this guy who he has a lion for a stomach. Where's that other guy? There's a guy who has here you go. A guy who has a giraffe body, but the giraffe's face is him. Like it's just like such like janky ass like devil fruit abilities. It's like super like awkward, super bad. On top of that, you had the Kaido's like not his commanders, but the guys under his commander. Forgot the name of that group, but it was supposed to be like a super badass group. They all got like fucking one-shotted. They were super horrible. I mean, there was so many bad stuff there, man. In that, there was just a lot of bad stuff in the arc. I don't want to go into too much detail because, like I said, I'm not trying to spoil anything for you guys or as much. I'm trying to spoil as little as possible. But man, it was not it. I'm sorry, it was not it. Wano let me down a lot. I was expecting another Marineford, and it let me down a lot. I actually made a video on my YouTube channel talking about one of the main things that let me down, which was the reveal of Gear 5. Bro, that shit felt so fucking rushed, bro. Once again, if you guys don't know, you can go to my YouTube, youtube.com/MightyFlux. I have some videos there from before, and I'm putting new videos up now from my live streams. So if you're not catching my live streams live, you can just tune in on Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But one of the videos I made there was, was talking about how the rushness, like how rushed Gear 5 was. And there's a lot of plot holes in the story because of Gear 5. So Gear 5's ability, and I don't want to go too much into it, is like total freedom, essentially. Right? Freedom to do whatever you fucking want. But if we go all the way back to, Skypiea, the only reason he was able to beat Enel was because he was made of rubber. So how is he made of rubber in Skypiea, but now in Wano he has total freedom? His devil fruit really is total freedom. It's just there's a lot of like, I think Oda dropped the ball in Wano. Me personally, that's my opinion. You can take it as you will. But there's just a lot of stuff. And I remember the community was also super divided with Yamato joining, which absolutely made no sense. Which I made another video about that as well on my YouTube channel, which just made no sense. of Yamato joining the crew, but everybody was like sucking Yamato off, bro. They're like, yes, we need her to join the crew. She has to be part of the crew. She's gonna be the new big three. It's like, bro, what are wrong with you, bro? Like, it's just, there's just so much going on in Wano that for me, the only reason I'm putting it in very good is because of the fights. It's because of the fights, bro. That's the only reason I'm putting Wano, because it gave you a lot of fights you wanted to see. It gave that fan service where you got to see some of the fights that you wanted to see. You got to see Zoro with Conqueror's Haki. You got to see Big Mom fight up against Law and Kid. And you got to see Law and Kid's awakening. The fights and the animation, if you watch the anime, Wano was animated beautifully. But Wano was a letdown for me personally. Wano was supposed to be God tier, a God arc, and it was anything but. Anything but. She's the last crew member. Right now, she's not. She's not. She's not. She's not. And then Egghead Island. This is literally manga only. They haven't even started doing this, so I'm going to talk very lightly on this. So far, Egghead Island has been building up to some awesome fights that we all want to see. But it's up till now, it's just been a very much information dump. So I'm going to put it as excellent. It's been just information dump, which is, and some of the information that has been dumping on us is like information we want and we need to hear. But there hasn't really been a lot of action, a lot of fights or anything like that. It's building up to it. So this might change. Egghead Island might become a God arc if some of the fights that are happening are going to happen. And some of the scenes that have happened, you know what? I'm going to put, yeah, excellent for right now. Excellent for right now. I'm going to put it as much watch because we got some fight scenes with Garp. We got some fight scenes with Law and Blackbeard. We got some fight scenes with Shanks and Kid. They gave us a lot. They're giving us a lot of fan service in Egghead Island. I think Oda's trying to make up for Wano with Egghead Island. Anyways, that's my list. If you guys like that list, let me know in the comment section below. If there's anything I got wrong, let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Once again, if you want to tune into this live and be part of the conversation, I'm streaming live on twitch.tv/MightyFlux every Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. Till next time, my name is MightyFlux. Stay mighty.